is it you do?
I'm an intern for Wayne County, so I get to do what everybody else doesn't want to do.
Oh, like... Well, thanks to the joys of road construction, I was not even thanks to the joys of road construction, I was not even granted a welcome to Ohio sign. I'm kind of hurt and shocked, and well, it just doesn't seem right. But anyway, in Ohio now, this would be my I think 13th state, if you count the province of Ontario as a state, which for these purposes I'm going to do, even though I know better. Yeah, Ohio. Beautiful, isn't it? Well, right at this point, I'm almost ready to give Toledo the award for most unpleasant place I've driven so far. The roads are a fucking mess. The radio stations suck. So far there's been nothing interesting to see. And I just don't like it here. But maybe it'll get better, we'll see. Roads stink. I got on the turnpike. There's not an ATM to be seen anywhere. Thus, I didn't have enough money to get off the turnpike. So now I owe the state of Ohio $2. Not an ATM at any travel plaza along the way, mind you. So I got off to get money and found myself in the hell that is Youngstown, Ohio. Ohio is definitely the unlucky 13th state, and I will be really happy when I get the fuck out of here. Really.
So that it's even more profitable.
Why would U.S. Airways say no to that? It just doesn't make sense. A message from the Airline Pilots Association of U.S. Airways.
You want me to do anything like slow down, speed up, all kinds of stuff. These are all dorms. We just passed the Union Building, which was originally a hotel.
Wow.
And we're coming up on this big cluster of buildings down here is the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, which has one of these international reputations. Like a big gully here, and there's a bridge just built right into the road. You begin to see why. And I guess we're going to get a nice night shot from Duquesne. See, there's the corridor of roads, one of which you came in on.
Right. I'm such a tourist.
Oh, I love checking places out. What's fun is after 2 years knowing the place, you can go, zipping all over the place, having checked it out, and appreciate all that knowledge you've accumulated. It doesn't even take snow to get things miserable because there's only so much space to put roads. If that road becomes a major artery, it plugs up like you can't believe because there's tunnels through all the hills and mountains. And, if the area out in the suburb begins to grow, more people are getting into town, the tunnels plug up. And that's one of the things that Pittsburghers like to bitch about. It's getting from here to there is a real pain if you have one of the few decent movie art houses is down here called the Rex. Its own episode type thing. And
that has to be a queer bar.
It isn't.
Really?
To the best of my knowledge. No, in fact, this is predominantly straight over here. Though I've heard there's several places that are quite mixed and, tolerant. But none of the labeled, advertised in the paper families and such hang around. So a lot of the neighborhoods are still kind of stable, but the value of the homes is just sinking down to, you can pick up really nice spaces, 30, 40K.
And the steel
If I had to make a guess, yes, but my history in that neck of the woods is woefully ignorant and missing.
Just wondering.
I remember, I hear words like homestead, and the riots and the breaking of the unions and all the Andrew Carnegie Steel stuff. I would be very surprised if there weren't a lot of little pockets of what now is greater Pittsburgh up the Monongahela that are that kind of thing, where the company moved in, put a plant, and took care of the whole package deal. History of all.
I actually just happened to catch an Andrew Carnegie documentary a few weeks before I left.
Oh, PBS?
I think it was on. Yeah, it was one on some PBS, I believe.
Riding, racing, hill.
Wow.
Yeah. That when I looked at the calendar and started thinking what you were dragging yourself through, I almost began to get tired. In the sense that I know what it's been like. Well, that's it. I mean, it's a different beast. It's not. I imagine designed to be frustrating, but kind of more the bigger, broader survey. Actually, this is close enough. We can look back tomorrow because this is really good after you've seen a map of it and hit a few other places to kind of put it all into context and reintegrate. The bridge and the traffic running right through there. The thing, that kind of tall sort of white lit thing, I'm quite sure that's the top of the Cathedral of Learning. So if that helps orient you a bit.
Okay.
Because you got off here and then sort of worked your way towards the Cathedral of Learning, up into Oakland. Yeah, during the light you can really make out the physical. Because actually it's the public library system now.
Right.
And the original ones, you drove by the original ones already. That cluster of museums. What you usually see here is this whole thing is the south side, Carson Street. You can actually pick it out more easily during the day.
Right.
It comes right through here and the hills jut up on this side. This is a thing called Station Square. It's one of those refurbished. I guess the attempt's a lot like Iredell, only not very successful. Well, it's got some chain food stores and it's okay.
That's
Carnegie Science Center. I'm trying to think. It'll be right over there, and there's the mandatory submarine hanging out front. And also the Warhol Museum is over there. And an attempt at urban renewal called Allegheny Center. We'll drive over there. The Mexican War Streets are over there too, which has some early housing from 1850, 1890s. It was actually somewhere together, whether one stays named or, I mean, is there a rule of thumb? Because I haven't really thought about it until now, because usually something flows into something, and you have two river names to keep track of.
You know, I don't really know. I think it's sort of ad hoc.
Like whoever got here first fell.
Okay.
All right.
It was just a nice dark looking street. Is it a decent place or just
I
decorative?
have not been in. I have not really checked out this end of the city. I need the amount of volume, but the walls are in the way.
Yeah.
You'll see my half-cooked solution right now. But this kind of scale.
Yeah.
Here, get a little bit of both. This is more than.
I like the unremarkable and the unspectacular too. That's why I'm shooting.
Oh,
these.
well then there's a marvelous neighborhood over in. Well, there are some real pockets with a lot of that stuff.
It's very forgiving of low light.
Yeah, I was about to say this is awesome if we can get images stuff. Oh, that is an institution. I am told it's been here for a long time.
Not bad. It's legible.
Stores where you really come to get things done. Shoes cobbled, frames put on pictures, groceries, and very heavy Jewish influences you'll see when you hit some of these signs up here.
I can smell the locks already.
I had a friend who moved here just...
I'm a tourist.
They have to sell.
Yeah.
We're back into Shadyside now. Fifth's kind of the unofficial boundary sort of between Squirrel Hill and Shadyside. I think as projects go, they're pretty tame and under control. I could be really wrong on that, but I haven't heard a lot to contradict my impression.
Excellent.
And
I have a fascination with housing projects lately too.
I don't think there's as much critical mass in the housing project domain. I think what it is basically is, did you see the arena coming into town? At the foot of the 7th floors, which are kind of the L-shaped things.
Right.
And below that's a parking garage.